All right. Good morning, everybody. Happy Tuesday. Happy rainy Tuesday. Man, it just looks so dark and gloomy out there. It's pouring down rain. In fact, right now it's really coming down. I don't know if I can thank Marco for that or what, but yeah, it's going to be one of those days. The dogs are going to hate it. It's one of those days where you have to look for that little window of opportunity when it either stops or slacks up for 2 minutes and get them out there to do their business and back in. But yeah, good times. Let's see who we got hanging out with us today. We have, looky here, Janet Moore first. Good for her. Good to see you, Janet. Big D's in the house. 70 headed to 83 here in magnificent Brooklyn, Michigan. All righty. Good morning, Big D. Larry Galt. Morning, everyone. If you're on the Gulf Coast, brace for the storm. Yeah, I was watching my little local weather gal, and just right before I walked in here to do this, she said they had got an update from the, what do they call it, the National Weather Service, and they had just upgraded Laura from a tropical storm to a hurricane. I think they said they were getting like, I don't know if I remember it right, 75 mile an hour winds or something, which I guess is just enough to be a hurricane. I don't know. But she's going to gain strength and looks like she's headed for right near Houston, kind of right where the Louisiana and Texas state line is. So y'all hunker down and be safe back there. Look at Rocky back there cleaning Jack's face off. They're such good boys. Rocky's like an older brother to Big Jack. Always cleaning his face, you know. Let's see who else we got here. Earl Walker's in the house, 72 going to 81. He says thumbs up. Thank you, Earl. We got a few of them over there. Paul Stewart's in the house. Good morning, everyone. Hope everyone is safe from these storms in the south. Yeah. Let's see who else we got. Jesse. Jesse's right down there in the middle of that mess, I think. Hope you're doing well, Jesse. Gary Hammett Wood Creations. Good morning, sir. Wilson Rubottom's in the house. Good morning, y'all, he says. Good morning, Wilson. Stephen Toronto. Good morning, all, he says. How you doing, Stephen? Leo Steger from Central Ohio, 70 headed to 90 with thunder showers in the late afternoon. Yeah, well, that's only one good thing about this weather we're having is with all this rain and clouds and stuff, the temperatures aren't going to move up much. It's, I don't know, 70 or 80, and that's probably about as high as it's going to get, I think, which is okay by me. Kevin Els is watching this morning. How you doing, Kevin? Jim Sinicola, good morning. Hey, Javi's Woodshop is up this morning. How you doing, Javi? Barton Bixel, it's in the house over on Facebook. How you doing, Bart? Old buddy Doc Whitaker says, have you seen what the state of Tennessee is trying to pass about protesting? I've seen some things. I haven't dug into it to see if it's, because you see stuff on Facebook and you kind of have to take it with a grain of salt. So I'll have to dig into that, see what the real deal is. Dave Mack says he's out for his morning walk with Rax. Rain in 2 hours, so good for now. Wow, I'm surprised you're not already getting something. You're lucky that you can still get your walk in. LB Sharp's here this morning. How you doing, LB? Yeah, doggy kisses. Yeah, Rocky does that all the time. He does it a lot and thinks I don't see him, but because he tries to act like the big bad puppy dog, and Jack's still afraid of him. I mean, Jack's probably twice the size of Rocky, but he's still afraid of Rocky. Mary Mallory's in the house. Good morning, Mary. Harvey says the house today, so I'm driving around listening to Dave in my car. XBQs the misspelling speech to text. Okay. Yeah, Russ is down there in the way of that hurricane too. I saw pictures posted yesterday where he was up on a ladder boarding up some windows. So be safe down there, buddy. Hope you got somewhere to go. Get out of the path of that thing. And hopefully it'll miss where you're at, because I know you've already been through enough of that stuff before. So, man, I saw something today, and I thought it was about today, and then when I went and looked it up, it was yesterday, and I missed it. But yesterday, August 24th, look at Jack. He's coming in here with these stupid chewies. I'm trying to do a show here, buddy. Anyway, so yesterday was the 25th anniversary, I guess is what you'd say, of the launch of Windows 95. 25 years. You remember that? I remember Windows 95. That was a good operating system. Windows had, over the years, they've had some real good ones and they've had some duds. And it seems like every other one would be a dud. I don't know why that is. But 95, I think, was pretty good. It was so different than everything before it. The Windows, what was it, Windows 3.1 or something like that. So different. And and some of the duds they've had, what was that one they called ME Millennium Edition or something? That one was a dud, I think. What were some of the other ones? They were, but one of my favorites was Windows 7. And in fact, I still use Windows 7. I have Windows 7 that I'm controlling my Avid CNC with. Janet says Windows 8 was the worst. Yeah, it was pretty bad. I didn't, not a fan of it. In fact, I remember when I bought a brand new computer, I think it was not long after I moved here in 2007. Bought a new computer and it had, oh no, I take that back. It wasn't Windows. It was Vista. That's the crappy one it was. It was Vista. It had Vista on it. And I never even used Vista. I brought the thing home and immediately wiped the hard drive clean and put Windows 7 or something else. I think it was Windows 7. Never even used Vista. But Vista wasn't a real good one. But Steve Gronsky's here. He says, morning everyone, late to the party, but I'm here. Well, we're just getting started here. We're just, yeah, Paul Stewart said, Vista sucked. You could pay to downgrade it to XP. Yeah, XP was better than that's what I mean. It seems like whenever they would release one, it's like every other one would be either great or a dud. It's like you'd have a great one, then a dud, then a great one, then a dud. I don't know what the jury's still out, I think, on Windows 10. It's one of those love-hate things. Some things I like about it. Some things I hate about it. In fact, I have on all mine now. I never use the what do you call it? The regular interface, the GUI, the graphical user interface, or whatever they call it. Because whenever I get like a window on all the Windows 10 computers I have, and I have a few of them, I have it set up where it's using the classic menu thing, so it looked kind of like Windows 7 because I just like that. It was easy once you learn where stuff's at and all that. It's just, why do they change this stuff? Of course, for new people getting a computer, their first computer, it's no big deal because that's how they're learning it. But for people like me that's been around computers a long time, it's like, I got to learn something new again. It's just. But yeah, Windows 95, 25 years yesterday. That was a good thing. Janet was a fan of XP. I still have a computer sitting over here that had XP on it, and it was still running fine. I was using it for my shop computer around back, running a machine. And the only reason I swapped it out was because it ran the machine fine, but when I would use the VCar Pro and do the simulation, it was kind of slow for that. So that's the main reason. Hey, look who's here. Dave Stanton, checking social media prior to going to sleep. Yeah, it's 11 at night there in Australia. Thanks for checking in, Dave, and keep posting those videos of your little pug there. I love those. those are hilarious. He's almost got you trained, I think. So those are really funny. Maybe like AutoCAD, Odd Numbered Years was a beta version. Yeah, I've never been a fan of AutoCAD either. Really, any of the Autodesk products I've never liked. When I bought my Avid, the part of the purchasing package, I guess, is you get a free 1 year subscription of Fusion 360. And at first I told him, I said, nah, just don't worry about that. I don't need that. And then I thought, well, it's free for a year, so I might as well get it. So I got it. And I haven't used it. I've used it maybe 20 minutes and I haven't used it in months. So I just don't like to draw in it. I'm an old SolidWorks guy, and it's hard to change habits. So I will, and I don't draw a whole lot of stuff these days anyway, because I pretty much already designed everything I'm going to design. I think. Who knows? I might come up with something new one day, but if I do, it'll probably be in SolidWorks, and not Fusion 360. So let's see. Anybody watch the convention? I haven't watched any of it. I didn't watch the one last week, and I haven't watched any of the one this week. I heard, I catch the little clips and stuff. what they show on the news and stuff, but I don't. Yeah, LB says Windows, all Windows is a little bit faster than Tandy computers. Don't have time to snack during loading. Well, I have had Windows computers where I'd come in, turn it on, and then go in to make my coffee. Because it always, and especially if you turn it on, and this is true now, if you turn it on and see that, it's doing those Windows updates, it's like, oh. And I have a laptop that I use occasionally, and it's got Windows 10 on it, but it's not one of those things I turn on every day. So, it might be a week or maybe even 2 weeks go by between times I've turned it on. And then when you turn it on, it's like, oh gosh, now it's got to catch up with all the updates. So you just have to turn it on and walk away and let it do its thing. And then, of course, you got the virus scan and stuff. It'll try to do that. So if I haven't run it in a couple of weeks, I'll let that run. So, but overall, I'd say life is a little bit better with computers, wouldn't you? What's been the biggest life-changing event for you because of computers? Let's hear what y'all have to say about that. Hey, Mike Reynolds is here. How you doing, Mike? Yeah, computers has been a total game changer for me because well, when they first, I'm talking back when there was like a not the Commodore VIC 64s or the VIC 20s and all that. I'm talking a little later than that. Although I did have those, and that's what got me interested in computers. But when I used to work for a living, used to work for a big lighting manufacturer. I always wanted the jobs that had to do with automation, so I would always bid on those. And fortunately, I got a job running this big automated machine. It was like 160 feet long. And back then, it was funny because back then it was controlled with a 286 computer. That was the thing. We're talking 89. Was it 89? Yeah, it was 1989 when they bought that machine. It had 286 computer. And I'll never forget, man. I mean, this was a big old long machine, and it ran, and it had dual hard drives in it, and they were 10 megabyte hard drives. And I remember, it's funny when I think about this now. I had bought a IBM compatible, just a basic computer thing where it had the big old CRT monitor and had the little box. Didn't have a hard drive in it. It had dual 3.5-inch floppies, and I guess it had what would have been around back then, Windows 3.1 or something like that. I mean, it had Windows, but just I had a ball learning, with that thing. And I never forget at work, remember I said that one had dual 10 megabyte hard drives. They were starting to get full, and so they said, well, we're going to upgrade. So they went to a whopping 20 gigabyte hard drive. And so they took the two 10s out. And I remember my boss said, I said, what are you going to do with those old hard drives? He goes, well, we just throw them away. They're, we don't have any use for them. He goes, do you want them? I said, sure. So I took them home, and I knew nothing about computers. I knew how to turn one on. That was about it. But I was a little bit of a geek. I would always read the PC computing and any kind of computer magazine I could get my hands on. And yeah, that's what they used to say, Dave. 10 meg, no way you'll ever fill that up. Yeah. But anyway, I remember I took those 2 hard drives home and did a little research and figured out how to get those to work. I had one as a master and one as a slave. So, I thought I was, in high cotton right there. That was some pretty cool stuff. 2 10 meg hard drives in a computer that didn't even have them. So yeah, good times back then. And of course now they're a little different. You get like a terabyte. I don't even know how big that is. I can't even picture it in my head. But yet they keep getting smaller and smaller. Like I got this last computer I bought, the one I'm using now, bought it back in December, I think. It came with this thing. It says A data. It's got the little USB thing. This is like 500 gig on this little thing. And then I've got a external thing back there. I don't even remember what kind. It might be a Seagate. I'm not sure. But it's like got a terabyte on it. I got another one down there that's, I think it's close to, it may be 750 gig. I don't think it's a terabyte, something like that. But I mean, it's just, and you keep thinking, man, I'll never use all that. And then this, a couple of years, it's like, oh man, I got to buy another one. I got a bunch of stuff on here. So it's crazy. Earl says he has one of my old hard drives from back then. Yeah. Well, that's one reason why I have some shelves right over here in the corner, and I have probably 5 or 6, maybe computers on there. Probably got a couple more in the closet. I never throw away a computer, and first of all, I use them till probably nobody else would want them. But the other thing is, I don't. You never know what you might have on a hard drive as far as personal information or something. So I just never want to give them away. Yeah. Jesse said he has a 1 terabyte SSD. It's almost full. Yeah. Yeah. This new computer that I got back in December, it's got dual drives in it. One of them is a SSD and the other one is something else, I think, but they're both a terabyte. And I don't even have anything on the D drive. It's just got whatever little files. I haven't even started putting anything on that. But yeah, it doesn't take long to get those things filled up. Dave says, I was the mainframe tech at O'Hara for the FAA in 92. My 8 Sperry Univac shared 256K of memories. That's crazy, isn't it? It still amazes me because, like, you can buy these. I don't know what this one's got on it. Here's, these things. There's 16 gig on that one. I think I got another one here that's. Yeah, that's a 32 gig. I mean, there's just, how do they get all that stuff in there? I don't know, but I'm glad they do. I don't understand it. Just ones and zeros, I guess. But I'm glad there's folks that do understand how to make all this work, because it's... Dave says, you don't want to get me started on old computers on hand as well as upcoming build. Yeah. Hobby says he's got four 12 terabyte drives. They're almost completely filled with TV shows and movies. Yeah. That's the thing. the back in the day, everything was text files and stuff, which aren't that big. And then as things progressed, you have video files and picture files and, audio files and all this stuff that takes uh, a lot more space. Yeah, the first computer that went to the moon. Yeah, I always hear them say, there's more computing power in like a, PlayStation or Xbox or something than there was in the one that they used to go to the moon. But that's pretty scary stuff there, isn't it? To think about that. Man, it is just coming down out there. Jack settled in over here. He's snoozing. Rocky's, I guess, headed for the sofa. It's going to be one of them days. And I've got to go to the UPS store today, so I'm going to be watching for a little window of opportunity when it's slacking off too, because I don't want to get the box all wet carrying it from the car to the UPS store. I may have put it in a trash bag, because I don't care if I get wet, but I don't want to get the cardboard box wet. The cardboard getting wet does not work very well. So, yeah, Jack just set up to look outside. It's really coming down out there. Well, I haven't even, I just noticed Bob Sims not with us today. He may be working on his, what is that thing he was wearing? Steamboat or train or something, I think. Let's just see if there was anything exciting on this day. Mm-hmm. Yeah, bunch of boring stuff, really. Let's see if anybody famous had a birthday today. Oh, Sean Connery. He's 90 years old. Yeah. Bond. James Bond. That's what I always think of when somebody says Sean Connery. I'm saying that like that. Yeah, good old Windows 95. Well, I think my time is just about up. I'm going to go ahead and wrap this one up. I got to start getting. I always try to set up things in the shop for my Wednesday thing. I always try to do it the day before just to make sure I get everything set up right. And I got a little thing delivered yesterday and got it put together last night. So now I should be able to set all this stuff up and then just wheel it out of the way, kind of throw a sheet over it or something to keep the dust off of it. And then I won't have to drag all this stuff out every week. So Hobby says he's waiting for the first SSD petabyte drive or even 1 exabyte drive. Okay, those must be big ones, I'm guessing. I don't know. All right, folks. Well, my timer's just about to go off here, so I'm going to go ahead and get ready to get to work. Gotta wait. I gotta get that package ready and wait for a break in the rain, if there is one, to get it to the UPS store. So anyway, I hope y'all have a happy Tuesday. If you're down there in the area of Marco, or although I think Marco's pretty much fizzled out. I think it's just a bunch of rain now. But you got to watch out for Laura because, like I said, they said she's now a hurricane and headed that way. So everybody be safe, take care, and we will see y'all tomorrow.